John McDonnell reports from Flow News 24 in Canberra. He gives us pretty much how he sees it, and it is a look at Labor, who are now on an election footing. And you would reckon with the conference that was held at the party conference through Tuesday and Wednesday, the closing speech by Anthony Albanese, the rousing reception that he received. The conference was a seamless piece of political management, albeit there were glitches with the Zoom component where a lot of folk had to zoom into the conference. In many ways, Albo embodies the Labor tradition. It is as if the succession of Labor's leadership had passed directly to him from Curtin, Chifley, Whitlam, Hawke and Keating. His agenda is focused on the same policies that Labor carried into post-war reconstruction: full employment, infrastructure and housing, promotion of domestic manufacturing, protectionism and intervention into markets where necessary. Labor wants strong, sustainable, environmentally responsible, inclusive growth. There is an emphasis on fairness, which is reflected in their election slogan, borrowed from the British Labor Party, "On Your Side." The party announced a number of specific initiatives at the conference. The first announcement at the opening of the conference was the $15 billion Manufacturing Future Fund that will make soft loans to business for early-stage financing of innovative manufacturing. There was a suggestion that this could be mixed with superannuation fund investment to get larger-scale investment off the ground. There was commentary that this could be used to reconstruct the car industry in Australia, but analysis of the policy suggests this is just speculative. Labor did announce a car policy, but it related to imported electric vehicles, and the Labor government will slash the tariff and fringe benefits tax on electric vehicles, costing less than $77,000 to make them more competitive. You've got to remember, though, that in Victoria, Labor is also going to tax electric vehicles, so it's a strange conundrum for Labor, both at a federal level and a state level. The Grattan Institute's Tony Wood has been of the opinion that this was unnecessary, that the cost of electric vehicles would fall dramatically once the development cost had been absorbed. The rollout of charging infrastructure would make them more convenient, and their operating costs would be much lower than conventional vehicles, hence the complexity with road taxes and so forth at a state level. The ALP also announced a very sensible initiative to allocate $400 million for investment in community batteries. This will allow for more efficient use of rooftop solar systems and save money for consumers and the economy in general. The Labor platform had meagre pickings when it came to regional development. It reiterated the line that spokesperson Catherine King had taken at the Regions Rising conference, that Labor would reinstitute the Regional Development Authority to coordinate things like regional infrastructure investment. There was no mention of things that would remit to the states, like regional health and education improvements, although there was a nod in the direction of equality of services, and that the right wing of the party pushed through resolutions critical of China over Taiwan, Hong Kong and the Uyghurs. These were not imported into the wider platform, and the right of the Labor Party also argued against the position that Labor took on Palestine. And one particularly looks at this when we have Western democracy in Israel in that particular area, and the context of Iran and other factors like the ISIS conflict that has been in Syria nearby, and the ramifications of what our policy in recognition of Palestine could mean. The thing that has been interesting is Albo's stumble in front of reporters in relation to electric vehicles being charged at night by solar panels. I think he was alluding to the fact that the battery storage would actually enable it to happen, but it was something that was made some humour of. Maybe Albo has found a new kind of sunshine that is there in the moonlight.